To First Community Arena. Joe Pott with you on a Monday afternoon as the SIUE Cougars get set to play host to the Eastern Kentucky Colonels, and we're glad you could join us here. It's the OVC on ESPN Plus, and of course on 88.7 The Sound. There's the tip. It is won by Eastern Kentucky. Colonels can push. They'll run. They like to score. They're tough defensively as well. EKU in the black. How about the first three-point shot of the game? And it comes up short from Michael Moreno. They're also one of the most prolific three-point shooting teams as Shamar Wright gets the Cougars on the board here early in the first. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. They're brought to you by Jostens, the official recognition company of the OVC. Lewis and Rob. Wendell Green Jr. is the very talented freshman guard. And then Michael Moreno up front as well for EKU. Early lead for the Cougars. Quick shot gotten away by Courtney Carter. It missed. And this one's out of play. It'll stay with EKU. So they've got a black uniform on. It's got the maroon and gray trim, almost a camo pattern on the shorts and the side of the jerseys there as Moreno pushes one in off glass. And we're even 2-2. Courtney Carter with some pressure. Cougars will face it all day. If you caught our pregame interview with the Cougars head coach on radio, he made mention of that this is different in that EKU is going to push all day. Here's Adewumi off of some pressure himself, and he couldn't get that shot to fall. 18:30 left here in the first. An even ball game thus far. Green thought about it. Now his pass gets away, and it's going to be SIUE basketball. It's a turnover for EKU. They do not turn the ball over very much. Less than 13 times a game as we take a look at the Cougars starting lineup. It's the same for the Cougars as it's been for recent games here with Courtney Carter and Carlos Curtis, the 2 point guards. And there you see the handoff. Lamar Wright couldn't get the reverse to fall. Lamar Wright in the middle. Shamar Wright and Mike Adewumi. The off guards, the shooters, if you will. Lamar Wright fouled. He'll go to the free throw line for his first attempts. He's coming off an 11-point game. That's a career best in points for him. And his first free throw is good. How about that one, man? It rolled on the rim. Lamar is a 6'7 sophomore, is a 67% shooter from the line. He's got another one to come. And that one's good as well. 2 for 2, and it puts SIUE up a couple here in the early going. Take a look at the series history. It's brought to you by Kentucky Wild. Partner with Kentucky Wild to protect wildlife heritage. This is one of the few Ohio Valley Conference teams that SIUE has a winning record against all time. 7-6 overall, 5-1 here in Edwardsville. Courtney Carter trying to push. Carter all the way to the basket, misses the shot, and it's pulled in. The rebound by EKU. Back the other way comes Green. Here's Moreno. Green again. He'll lob it inside. Trey King hard to the hole, and a foul on Shamar Wright. Wright anticipated. Got up there a little too early as he tried to meet King at the basket.
EKU shooting 2.
Trey King is the second leading scorer in the Ohio Valley Conference this year as he knocks down the free throw. Believe it or not, he does not have a lot of attempts at the line this year. He hits them both, and with those 2 makes, he is now 6 of 8. 6 of 9 make it at the free throw line this year. As Curtis fires to the hole, but the putback is there. Well, I wrote that wrong in the book here. He's a 65% shooter at the free throw line. And we've got a whistle and a travel. EKU turns it over. SIUE will take it back in a tie game, 6-6. Cougars trying to figure out, maybe the officials are trying to figure out whether it's going to go inline or sideline. It'll go sideline. So Carter's going to push it in from in front of the SIUE bench. To get it ahead for Wright. Lamar Wright kicks it out. Carlos Curtis has a seam. Curtis throws up a crazy shot. It wouldn't go. EKU rebounds, and they're on the way back with Kurt Lewis driving. He missed the shot. Cougars have some numbers, I should say. Adewumi kicks it out. Courtney Carter eyes it up. Misses the three. Rebound hauled in by Lewis. 16:50 to play. All the way to the basket, and the scoop is good for Wendell Green. Here's Adewumi firing from three. SIUE can dial it up from three-point range, and they've had a couple of games this year where they've hit a bunch, but it's less often than not that they will, or more often than not that they will not hit a ton of threes. They average 6 3-point baskets a game. Meanwhile, just to give you an idea, EKU averages 10 a game. Curtis got stuck. Shamar Wright from three. As I say that, SIUE hits its second consecutive three-point basket of the game, and the lead goes to 4 for the Cougars. Largest lead of the game for either side. 15:40 to play here in the first. Wendell Green, step back three. It's good.
Wendell Green Jr. for three.
EKU, total three-pointers, 22nd in the nation at almost 180. They had 178 coming into today's game. 18th in the country at 9.9 made threes a game as Carter runs into trouble. It'll go as a blocking foul, and SIUE will take it back, but they'll do it after the timeout. 15-13 left here in the first. It's the Cougars by 1. We're back to Edwardsville right after this. $16:20 left as Curtis finds a way to get it in, and the hook shot was too strong for Lamar Wright. He loves the hook. He just doesn't always have the right touch on the hook. And he didn't have the right touch there. He was too strong. Speaking of touch, there's the three-point again. It came up short. Hobbs with the follow. Couldn't get it to go. Offensive board for Fay. They roll back in, and Balogun couldn't get it to go, but he is fouled. Tariq Balogun is a sophomore out of London, England.
Number 2, Desmond Polk is first.
He'll go to the free throw line.
Eastern Kentucky shooting 2.
First shot is good. He's a 53% shooter at the line. Second one is good as well. EKU up 1 now. And the Cougars almost turn it over. Adewumi got poked in the eye, it looked like, but they got to get it over the timeline. And again, they almost misfire. They finally do get it over the timeline. Ahead for Curtis. He'll line up a shot from 3, and it came up short. Rebound hauled in by Hobbs. Hobbs will bring it back the other way. Hand it off to Broughton. Hobbs again on the right wing. Now he uses the screen, gets to the top of the key, pushes it right for Fay. Shek Fay fires, misses. Backside rebound for Blanton, and it's a foul on SIUE. Nope, it's a foul on EKU. I thought for sure it was going to be on SIUE. It goes against Blanton, who picks up his first personal foul. Third team foul against EKU, and SIUE will bring Michael Mattis off the bench. Desmond Polk as well off the bench. He's been much earlier off the bench here in recent days. as Carter is able to dribble through the press, flip it up, and a blocking foul. Balogun will pick up the foul this time. It's his first personal. Ooh, that's a tough call. In my eyes, Balogun was posted up outside of that zone, and he was there early. First free throw comes up strong for Courtney Carter. I think SIUE got away with one there. And Mike Adewumi has an issue. That last play, he was, again, it looked like maybe he was hit in the eye, and it looks like maybe he's trying to fix a contact. So that'll bring on Sydney Wilson for SIUE.
Cougars, number 0, Sydney Wilson.
Wilson has sat the last couple of games for SIUE. So he's in for the first time since Tuesday night. Second shot's there for Courtney Carter. Tie the game, 13-all, 14 minutes to play here in this one. And the clock did not start. Our three officials today, by the way, Steve Hornacki, Michael Ingram, Scott Tierney. Three-man OBC crew. They take 2 seconds off the clock. Game man shot.
42, Shamar Wright.
Shamar Wright checks back in. Courtney Carter Carlos Curtis will check out for SIUE. Jaquez Hobbs hands it away, gets it right back. Hobbs to his left, trying to turn the corner. Right-hand runner's no good, and Wilson yanks down the rebound for SIUE. Carter will bring it up the floor against Hobbs. Spin at the center circle. And draws contact at the top of the key as Hobbs will be whistled for the foul.
Foul on number 1, Jaquez Hobbs, his first, team's 5th.
Already the 5th team foul against EKU, 13:50 to play first. Shamar Wright's the trigger, in for Courtney Carter. Carter rolled off, or I should say Shamar Wright rolled off the screen, but the pass wasn't there. Now he's got it in the corner. And he's stripped, taken away. Blanton with the steal. Blanton all the way to the basket, blocked away at the basket by Sydney Wilson. Here's a shot from the perimeter. It's a three for Faye.
Faye for 3.
A fortunate offensive board for EKU. The block at the rim, but the three from the left wing. Carter trying to answer. Wright will try. He missed it. Backside rebound for Wilson. Putback is there. Sydney Wilson with a strong play at the basket for SIUE. What did I tell you coming on the air? This one can be fun. This one will have a pace to it, no question about it. Usually does with EKU. Blanton, runner, got it.
Devontae Blanton.
The freshman with the points. It's EKU by 3. 12:40 left here in the first. Polk gets it on the inbound. Lots of pressure from Faye. Polk will dribble it across the timeline. Corner, Wilson fakes the shot, drives in. Baseline reverse, no good. Put back, Shamar Wright again. Right place, right time for Shamar. 9 points for the Cougar sophomore. 12:20 to play here in the first. 1 point game. EKU on top. A three from the corner, won't go. Carter pulls down the rebound. Ahead, Wright again. Missed this one. He thought he was fouled. No call, and it's EKU back the other way with Hobbs. Jaquez Hobbs rolls it in short corner. Backing in is Balogun. He lost the ball. A tie up underneath, and the possession arrow will give it back to SIUE. Balogun dribbled into some traffic, and EKU turns it over. 18-17. Eastern Kentucky on top. It's a quick one here. Stay on the road for those next 5 games. So all of these games on the road for A.W. Hamilton and EKU as they do the Nashville trip, and then they'll go Tennessee State or Tennessee Tech and UT Martin in Southeast Missouri. So it's a little bit of a different schedule. They'll in fact play Southeast Missouri in back-to-back games on the 20th and the 22nd. But there is nothing normal about anybody's schedule during this 2021 season, and That is the same, obviously, for SIUE, and it certainly is for EKU. There's another steal. This time it's Robb with the steal for the Colonels. And Robb will pull it out. Try to get it inside, and it's almost taken away. Robb got it back. It's loose again. Moreno will slow things down. Now the drive to the basket from Green. No good. Put-back attempt from King came up short, but a foul. I think it's on Courtney Carter. It is. Carter picks up his first foul, third of the half against SIUE. King will go to the free throw line where he's a 65% shooter. First shot strong. Back iron, no good.
Checking back in for the Cougars, number 5, Carlos Curtis.
Couple of points, couple of rebounds for Trey King. Second shot is good. 2-point advantage for EKU. Not as much pressure this time. Polk, almost drug his feet right there. And Curtis draws a foul
foul on number 12
on Wendell Green.
His first, team 6.
Wilson left side, high on the wing for SIUE. Picked up his dribble. Now he's in some trouble. He is tied up, rather. Lamar Wright keeps it from going out of bounds. Falls into the front row. Polk, meanwhile, trying to get to the basket. Lamar Wright back in bounds, and we've got a travel. A turnover for SIUE. After all of that, Lamar Wright ended up in the lap of Jamison Adams, one of the SIUE Associate Athletic Directors. He got back in the play, and then he traveled to turn it over. 10:40 left, 2-point game, EKU on top. Robb to his right. Green back for Robb. Robb has a seam, floats it up, and they couldn't connect, but there's a foul. King to the basket, and this one's on Lamar Wright.
Number 55, Lamar Wright, his first, team's fourth.
First on Lamar, fourth on SIUE. Back to the free throw line goes Trey King. And his shot is short this time. He's coming off a 17-point game in a loss to Murray State last time out. Second shot. Good. 1 of 2 for King. Makes it a 3-point game for EKU. Colonels already today have been to the line 8 times. 6 of 8 at the free throw line. Polk and Curtis will bring it across. Ahead for Wright, back for Polk. Polk trying to get some space. Right-hand runner's no good. And the rebound hauled in by King. EKU on the run again. A kick out. Robb, 3, no good. Backside rebound for Lewis. Put back is short. Got his own rebound and goes back up for it. A couple of offensive boards there lead to EKU points. It's a 5-point game. This is the largest lead of the game for the Colonels. 22-17. This one's loose, poked away, and it'll stay with SIUE after King couldn't get a handle on it. He jumped the passing lane. He knocked it away, but he knocked it out over the baseline, and so it'll be Cougar basketball. Courtney Carter will be the trigger. Carter across the timeline. Carter for Wilson, and it's out of play. Good idea. Wilson streaking in from the right baseline, but they could not get it right. Wilson will sit. Adewumi is back in. 9.5 to play. The lead stays at 5 for EKU rather. Moreno straight away. Left wing now for Green. Top of the key, catch and shoot. Robb missed the 3. Rebound hauled in by Wright after Adewumi got a hand on it. Courtney Carter has a chance to slow things down. That's unusual against EKU that he can take it a little slower across the timeline. Halfway through the first half on this one, Carter trying to get to the bucket, leaves it for Curtis. Carlos Curtis, baseline, runner, but it's short. It might be a foul. It is a foul. That's going to go against Cooper Robb. First personal foul. Make it his second personal foul. Carlos Curtis at the foul line, coming off a career best 20 points on Saturday against Belmont. First shot is good. His first 20-point game. He's got his average up to 8.5. Also had 3 assists in that game, 7 rebounds. All-around good game for Carlos Curtis. It has been the kind of team that on any given night, someone different can step up. The second free throw misses for Curtis. SIUE has had 6 different leading scorers. 8:40 left. Green thought about it, steps in, gives it up. Lewis to the basket.
Kurt Lewis.
4 points for Lewis in the early going. The lead is 6 now for EKU. Tough pass. Curtis is able to get it ahead for Wright. And he tried to go back, and it's taken away. Lewis somehow got it under control. Ahead it goes for Green, and he got it.
Wendell Green Jr.
26-18 SIUE, or EKU rather, on top now. Cougars have missed their last 4 attempts. Carter for Wright. Shamar, reverse is in. I said Shamar, it was Lamar. He has 4. The lead back to 6. Lewis rising up from the foul line, missed it. Curtis rebounds. Carlos Curtis tried to turn the corner, comes back up top. This is Shamar Wright. Wright for Lamar, stripped out of play. It'll belong to SIUE, and we're going back to timeout. 7:25 to play here in the first. EKU on top. We're coming back to First Community Arena after this. When it comes to taking it away, they lead the NCAA in steals at 11 plus a game, nearly 11 and a half a game. And it has continued here today for EKU. They've already got 3 steals this afternoon. You have to be able to take care of the basketball, have success, as Adewumi got it. Count the basket for Adewumi.
EKU foul on number 1, Jaquez Hobbs, his second.
Jaquez Hobbs picks up the foul for EKU. Adewumi with the chance at a 3-point play. And he's got it. It's a 1-possession game at 26-23. Cougars will try their own pressure, just something maybe to slow down this EKU team, the pace a little bit. Baseline, jumper, King, too strong, put back not there. Moreno at the offensive board, he missed it. He missed another. Lots of opportunities, and EKU could not make the best of it, and now a foul is called against Moreno.
EKU foul on number 24, Michael Moreno.
Got to clear the head after that. He had about 3 offensive rebounds, but could not find the basket, and then commits the foul, and now it'll be Shamar Wright at the free throw line with a chance to get to double figures. First free throw too strong. He missed it. EKU coming back the other way. Jaquez Hobbs, the senior out of Louisville. In the corner, Moreno fires and hits. That's a way to bounce back. 29-23 as Moreno hits the 3. Curtis swings it out. Wilson thought about it, takes it in the lane. Wilson is stripped. Curtis almost had his hands on it, but instead it's King. It's another steal for EKU. as Hobbs brings it across. 6:20 left, first half. Moreno drives, blocked but fouled first.
SIUE foul, number 42.
Shamar Wright picks up the foul. Second personal on Shamar Wright. So he'll sit for a bit as Desmond Polk checks back in. It's Blanton, rather. I said it was Moreno. And he missed the shot, came up short.
Coming in for the Cougars, number 2, Desmond Polk. And coming in during a pass dead ball, number 52, Isaiah James.
So James and Polk are both in for SIUE. Blanton's second shot is good. Rolls home as EKU will bring Kurt Lewis back in off the bench. Isaiah James, Carlos Curtis with some pressure. Curtis will bring it across the timeline, right side. Right back for James, left side for Polk. James again. Wants to drive, throws it up, missed the shot, rebounded by EKU. They're out rebounding SIUE by 6 here in the early going. 6 to play in the first half. Blanton skips it into the front row of the bleachers. He was looking for that cross-court pass, but he airmailed it. 30-23 in favor of EKU. Wilson catches, thought about the shot, steps in. Now he swings it out to Adewumi. Adewumi, James, Curtis, 10 to shoot. Adewumi again, and he draws a foul from Czech Fay.
EKU foul, number 24, Michael Moreno, his second, team's 10th. Correction, number 34.
Czech Fay, that is correct. They were checking there. Let's get a look at AEW Hamilton, the third-year head coach for EKU. Adewumi at the free throw line for SIUE, 68% shooter, and his first shot is good. Adewumi with 7 early points. Another one to come. Good. 2 for 2 for Adewumi to trim it back to 5 with 5:25 to play in the first. Cougars will use a little bit of pressure with Polk. Almost had a takeaway right there. Left side, Lewis fires, missed it. Rebound knocked away, and it'll be SIUE basketball. I wasn't sure if Carlos Curtis got his hand on that, but he did not. And so that'll give it back to the Cougars.
Number 12, Wendell Green, Jr.
As you might imagine, EKU is also first in the OVC in turnover margin and second in the NCAA at plus 7.5. They turn it over infrequently, less than 13 times a game. They force their opponents into turnovers frequently, more than 20 times a game. Carlos Curtis found a seam and he traveled, no question. Took an extra step as he charged into traffic. And so there is one of those turnovers. It's the 8th tonight for SIUE. 7th make it for SIUE. Right now, EKU is plus 3 in the turnovers here. And they lead by 5. Extra pass got away. Adewumi saves it right to EKU. Wendell Green was waiting at the timeline, and Green scoops it up with the right hand. Green is a scorer, but also a creator. He averages just about 15 points a game. 7th in the OVC, but he leads the OVC in assists. Foul is called.
EKU foul, number 4, Kurt Lewis, his first.
Lewis gets called for the foul this time. Isaiah James will be the shooter for the Cougars. First for James. Good. He's an 88% free throw shooter for the year. He is now 15 of 17 at the line. 4:10 left, and he's trying to cut it to a 5-point game, which he does.
And checking in for the Cougars, number 11, Courtney Carter.
Courtney Carter back in for SIUE. Isaiah James will sit. James came in. A couple of points in 3 minutes. It's Carter now. Final 4 minutes here before halftime as Lewis catches, dishes back for Green. Wendell Green Jr. Lewis now cutting to the hoop. Dealing it onto the baseline, and he threw it past Balogun. There really wasn't a need for that kind of pass. He could have just dumped it off. A turnover for EKU. SIUE will have it. When we come back to First Community Games, you know the last time Moorhead State lost a game, it was when SIUE was there on December 18th. They have been ripping through the OVC since. So you look at, certainly Belmont grabs the headlines. EKU, they were on a big win streak. They've dropped 2 straight, and before that, EKU had won 9 in a row. As Adewumi fires and hits from the left side.
With 3 for the lead.
Adewumi makes this a 2-point game, and he's got 11 this afternoon. 3.5 to play before halftime as Green drives in, almost lost it. Dumps it off underneath. Blanton trying to go up, was blocked once, and got the second shot to go. 10 offensive rebounds now for EKU. 10 second chance points, a steal, and a putback for Blanton. This was a 2-point game, and now they're going to say that SIUE turned it over on the baseline before even inbounding the ball.
Possession, EKU.
That did not sit well with the SIUE bench. So EKU will take it back. What was a 2-point game is a 6-point game, and Fay trying to make it 9. Misses. Here comes Carter the other way for SIUE. Carter through the top of the key, and now he'll reset things. 2:50 to play before halftime. Sidney Wilson high on the left. Adewumi looking to get space. Polk trying to get space. Good cut! Desmond Polk with the 2-hand flush. Polk splitting his defenders. 4 points now, 2:25 to play in the half. Wendell Green Jr., left side for Blanton. Check it, it's Fay. Fay, runner, right hand, no good. And it comes right back to him, and this one goes.
Check Fay.
Another offensive rebound, another putback for EKU. They are second in the OVC in overall rebounds at 37 a game. Wilson catches on the right side. Starts to drive, and he traveled. Turnover number 10 for SIUE in the first half. We're inside of 2 minutes to play here before halftime. It's EKU by 6. Largest lead of the game has been 8. SIUE has been up by as many as 4 in this first half. Blanton rolls it in. Literally, King fade away from about 10 feet, and he knocks it down, and it's 8 again for EKU now. 40-32. And it'll be Carter and Curtis to try to bring it across. Adewumi catches, spins, kicks it out. Polk lost the ball. Now he finds Curtis. 15 to shoot. Curtis all the way back to the timeline. 10 to shoot now. Blanton forcing him back. Curtis. Step back 3 from straight away is no good. And the rebound hauled in by EKU. Here come the Colonels trying to go up double digits. The scoop is short. Carter, and the Cougars have numbers. Carter for Wilson. Wilson got fouled. It's a blocking foul. This one doesn't sit well with the EKU bench. 52 seconds to play before halftime. So both SIUE and EKU have taken some exception to some of the calls, which usually means things are going okay if you are the referees. Sidney Wilson of the free throw line. He's a 73% shooter, and his first falls off the left. Just came up a little short, didn't have as much on it. Lamar Wright will be checking in for SIUE. Hasn't checked in yet. Second free throw is there for Sidney Wilson. 52 to play, 52 seconds before halftime. 7-point game. Wendell Green across the timeline. Now it's Fay straight away. They knock away the entry pass. It's knocked out of bounds, so it'll stay with EKU. SIUE had its hand on the entry pass and then could not bring it in, could not control it. Timeout called by EKU. They'll take essentially what they like to call it 16 to shoot for the Colonels. Green onto the wing for King. Right guards, they kick out. Green thought about the three. Thought better of it. Short corner, King, fadeaway is short. Adewumi with the loose ball. Easy rebound for Adewumi. The shot clock is off now. SIUE can have the final shot of this first half. 18 seconds now. Curtis inside for Carter. 10 seconds. Carter, hook shot, short. Rebounded by EKU. Green with two, fires and hits! Wendell Green at the first half buzzer gives EKU a 10-point lead here at halftime. 43-33 to this game. 12 points to lead all scorers at the break. Shamar Wright's been a big key for SIUE. Wright, 9 points for the Cougars. EKU will start with the basketball to start this second half in the black uniforms as they work from left to right. Wendell Green, Moreno rolls it in. King off of contact, and it'll be a foul. It's going to be on Lamar Wright. Early foul, his second of the day. That's going to put Trey King on the free throw line. He is already 4 of 6 there this afternoon. And his first shot is in. King today, just 7 points, relatively quiet for him, 8 now. But in reality, he's right about his average. He averages 16 a game, a little bit more, 16.4 a game. And he's essentially at 8 right after the half. Here's the largest lead now that EKU's had at 12, 45-33, 30 seconds into the second half. Cougars are 1-8 this year when trailing at halftime, and they give it up. Trey King has the takeaway, and EKU coming back the other way. This is where EKU can just absolutely bury teams as they get it back to King. He misses the shot. Rebound comes out for Curtis. Curtis will float it up, and he left it short. Rebound hauled in by Robb. And out of play it goes. It will stay with EKU. So the Colonels come out. They start the half 10 points up. They quickly add 2 points. They quickly add another steal, a takeaway, a turnover. And that is how they can get you down in a hurry. Green trying to roll it inside. It's taken away. Curtis pushes it ahead. Carter lays it up and in.
Courtney Carter.
That's his first field goal of the game. He had a free throw in the first half, but that was it. He does have 4 rebounds and an assist, but that's his first actual made basket. SIUE can bring it within single digits now. Curtis, traffic. To his left, rolls it in for right. Now it's Adewumi streaking down the lane, and he'll lay it in.
Adewumi.
13 for Adewumi, and that's a game high. Quick 4-point run for SIUE to cut it back to single digits. Wendell Green. In for King. King to the basket. Lamar Wright thought he had taken a foul, thought he had taken a charge. King goes essentially uncontested to the hoop. 10 points again. And it's knocked out of play. Kurt Lewis had his hands on it. So it'll belong to SIUE as Lewis was the last to touch it. They're in the backcourt, so SIUE's got to get it in and get it across. And that'll be upon Mike Adewumi to do. He spins against Lewis. Now he's double teamed. Adewumi is able to throw it ahead, but it's going to be out of play. As soon as he picked up his dribble, he was in trouble. He was double teamed, swarmed by King and Lewis. Cardinals will take it back the other way with the 10-point edge. Wendell Green. Only 2 assists in the first half for Green. He averages near 6. Down the lane. Lewis up and in. Back to 12. Carlos Curtis, quick across the timeline. Curtis almost lost that ball on the dribble. Right to the other right. Lamar, hard to the basket, missed it. Rebound grabbed by Moreno. And a travel. Little skip step from Wendell Green as he turns it over. That is only the 7th turnover today for EKU. They're +5 today in the turnover margin. Still below their season average of 7.5, +7.5. Inbounds for Adewumi. Carter comes back to get it for the Cougars. 16:35 to play here in the ball game. Carter, right side in front of the SIUE bench. To Lamar Wright with the two-hand dunk. 6 for Lamar. 15 combined for the Wright brothers. Out away from the basket. King will leave it for Robb. Left side now, Blanton. Devontae Blanton, the freshman. Back for Robb. Shot clock inside of 7. 4 seconds. Pull-up 3 is good from Cooper Robb. First points of the game for Robb. 52-39, EKU on top of SIUE. Shamar Wright. Lamar again. Fouled this time as he tried to get to the basket. He'll go to the free throw line, and it'll come after the timeout. 15:37 left in the line for SIUE. 6 points for Wright. He's not been to the foul line today. 67% shooter at the stripe this year. First shot good. SIUE has not been a good free throw shooting team this year. 66%. Second effort's good for Lamar Wright. Today, they're shooting up near 75%. Now 12 of 16, right at 75%, as a matter of fact. visiting Colonels by 11 here early in the second. Green to the basket, lost it, out of bounds. It'll belong to EKU. They'll keep it. It was knocked out of bounds. 12 on the shot clock. Green is the trigger man from the baseline right. In for King. King doubled up in the short corner, and his entry pass is knocked away, and SIUE has its own takeaway. Carter trying to get all the way to the basket. Now he lost his dribble. Adewumi on the wing. Right straight away. Carlos Curtis turns the corner, tries again. Curtis floats it up, left it strong, and it's out of bounds. It'll belong to EKU. Wright got a hand on it.
Out of bounds, possession Colonels.
But he dropped it right on the wrong side of the baseline. EKU takes it back. Cooper Robb thought about the shot right there, and now a block right to the foul line. Lamar Wright, the OBC leader in blocks, swats one away. Wendell Green has it for the Colonels. Now it's Robb. Green again. Shot clock to 10. The foul line, it's King. Good. Robb with the cut. Cooper Robb with the cut through the middle of the lane, and he gets the points. And a steal nearly. Wendell Green, yep. He got his hand on it. Carter tried to keep it in, and it went out of bounds, and so EKU will keep it. Turnover number 13 today for SIUE. To the top of the key for Fay, and a double pump in the three, and then a foul on Green, no question of it. Wright, rebound straight in front of the basket. And then the foul committed by Green as Lamar Wright elevated to swat away that shot from Devontae Blanton. Curtis the other way for SIUE, sweeps left, hands off, Wright with the reverse. Then he falls over his man. Green was on the ground. Wright was going to dunk that ball. He switches hands, uses the reverse, and he's in double figures for the second straight game. Third time this year for Lamar Wright. 11 on Saturday against Belmont was a career high for the sophomore. It's an 11-point game, 13:50 left as King bangs underneath and SIUE has it takeaway. Carter the other way. Adewumi. Fade away. Yes. Mike Adewumi. 15 points for the Cougar senior on 5 of 6 shooting now. And it's down to 9. King will try to extend the lead, and he missed it. SIUE rebounds. Do the Cougars have a run in them? Shamar Wright. Carlos Curtis. Curtis with the seam and the foul. It's going against Trey King. It'll be King's third personal. Nope, it's not against King.
Kentucky foul on number 34, Shaq Fay, his second, team's third.
I did not see the foul from Fay. I thought it was King right at the basket. Carlos Curtis will go to the free throw line, the junior out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. First shot good for Carlos.
Checking in for the Cougars, number 0,
It's been a tough shooting day for Carlos Curtis. 0 for 7 from the field. He has 2 points on a pair of free throws. This after pouring in a career best 20 on Saturday against Belmont. Second effort coming. Too strong. Rebounded in the corner. Shamar Wright. Right back for Curtis. Curtis couldn't get it to go, and the rebound grabbed by Balogun. EKU quickly the other way. Green lost it. SIUE has it back. Here's Shamar, and it's going to be a blocking foul. Shamar Wright through the middle of the lane, and Cooper Robb took all of that foul from Shamar Wright. I think Shamar Wright definitely threw the elbow, but what got Cooper Robb is he was still sliding laterally. He was still moving his right foot as he was trying to get into position, and that's what makes that a blocking foul. But Cooper Robb took everything Shamar Wright had there. Curtis in for Lamar Wright. Now Shamar will come to get it, top of the key. Sidney Wilson instead. Long three, good! Sidney Wilson has made this a 5-point game with 12:30 left. It's an 8-0 run over the last 67 seconds. 12.5 to play. Wendell Green, left side. Lewis thought about it, takes it in, scoops it up, and he missed it. Shamar Wright with the rebound. Cougars going to work. Curtis. Shamar. Curtis again. 12 minutes to play here in the second half. 5-point game. Carlos Curtis, baseline, kick out. Desmond Polk swings it out. Shamar Wright for three. No, sir. Wilson put back. It's not there either. Moreno rebounds, and EKU will bring it back. Wendell Green for Moreno into the corner. Baseline, and a foul is called as Lewis went hard to the basket. We're going to go to timeout, and I think I heard an official say they're going to look at it, so they're going to go to the monitor and take a look at that play, at the replay, and so it did look violent. As you can see, Lamar Wright kind of got that arm in there, but nothing more than a common foul. And Kurt Lewis at the free throw line for 2 shots for EKU. First shot is good. Lewis with 7 today. That's his first attempt at the line. 68% shooter for the season at the free throw line. That stops, by the way, an 8-0 run for SIUE. The second shot is good as well. Takes it back to a 7-point game. Courtney Carter will bring it up for the Cougars. He'll wing it ahead for Shamar Wright, who's got some room. Baseline pass knocked away. Polk keeps it alive. Wright again. Wright splits his defenders, missed the shot. Rebound hauled in by Lewis, and EKU can run. Green catches on the right wing. Wendell Green for Lewis, who will rise up and knock down, missed the three rather. Got ahead of myself there. He didn't quite get that three, so SIUE will take it back. Still no field goals for EKU in the last 3:20. So they ended the run with a couple of free throws, but they haven't scored in the run of play. Adewumi around right for Wright. Wilson had it knocked away, and Wilson is fouled by Jaquez Hobbs. Picks up his 3rd personal.
Eastern Kentucky foul on number 1, Jaquez Hobbs, his 3rd, team's 5th. Checking in for the Colonels, number 5, Cooper Robb.
Right in the corner, Shamar picked up his dribble, and he lost it. He threw it away, and a fast break the other way, and a block at the basket. Mike Adewumi swatted away Hobbs. Eastern Kentucky keeps it. Robb fires from 3 and knocks it down. First field goal in almost 4 minutes for EKU, and just like that, it is back to a 10-point game for the Colonels. 10:20 to play here in the second half. Polk with some pressure now. He picks up the dribble, finds Wilson. Wilson will float it up and in.
Sidney Wilson.
8 for Wilson. Hobbs, left side for EKU. Jaquez Hobbs. The roll and the miss from Baligan. He had a good roll off the screen. The foul will be on Adewumi. First personal for Adewumi. 3rd of the half against SIUE.
Colonel shooting 2.
This is a really nice screen and roll from Baligan. The sophomore hits the first.
Checking in for the Cougars, number 5.
He's 3 for 3 at the foul line today. after about a 50% success rate at the foul line coming into today's game. Second shot is up and also good. Carter will swing it out for Curtis. Curtis picked up his dribble. Fires across to Adewumi. Adewumi thought about the shot. Wilson will take the shot. Came up short, rebounded by EKU. When you pick up your dribble right inside the timeline, it is trouble, especially against a team like EKU. Hobbs into the lane, out for Lewis, and Lewis traveled.
Traveling on Eastern Kentucky, possession Cougars.
Cougars will take it back after the travel call. Courtney Carter wings it out for Polk. Polk spins on the baseline, out for Curtis. He's got some time. He knocks down a three. Curtis with the three-point basket. 61-54, 9 minutes left here in Edwardsville. EKU and SIUE have had a good series over the years. Since SIUE joined the OVC in 2008, Moreno with the big answer for EKU to go right back up 10 points, 64-54, and EKU calls a timeout, and that'll send us back to break with 8:49 left here in this KU by 10. The Colonels have been able to push it to double digits each time that SIUE has gotten close. Inbounds comes to Polk, who immediately gives it up, and now it's a 12-point game. Lewis with the steal and the flush. 66-54. Adewumi this time. Up the floor, draws contact. It'll be Lewis, who's whistled for the foul.
Eastern Kentucky foul on number 4, Kurt Lewis, his second, team 6th.
Just like that. It was Hobbs with the steal and Lewis with the finish, but that is what EKU can do so quickly as Wilson slams one on the other end, and he's in double digits, 10 for Wilson tonight. But it is a 10-point game with 8:20 to play in the second half. Cooper Robb. UNC Charlotte transfer. Out left for Lewis, back out for Robb. King at the foul line, turnaround, looked good, but Carter rebounds. The shot was short. Carlos Curtis for SIUE with Lewis guarding. Polk high out on the wing. Adewumi rolls, got some contact at the bucket, and he still knocked it down. 17 for Adewumi. His season high, Mike Adewumi's, is 18. Check it. It is not. It is 23. Second game of the year. He had 23 points against LSU. He had 18 points on a double-double against Eastern Illinois as Adewumi has whistled for the foul, and we're going back to break. 7:20 left in this one. It's EKU on top by 8. EKU looking to snap a brief 2-game losing streak and win for the 15th time this season. 8-point lead right now. And SIUE forcing the turnover this time. Cougars take it away. Carlos Curtis. SIUE had an 8-point run here in the second half. Came within 5 before EKU immediately opened it back up. Curtis is stuck. Adewumi now out for Wilson. Wilson to the baseline, back out for Adewumi. Rises, fires, and hits. Mike Adewumi with the 3. Here we are again, a 5-point game. It's a 7-0 run this time for SIUE. to get it to 66-61. Moreno backing in. Moreno spinning to the baseline. Cutting, and a short shot for Blanton, but he's going to the foul line.
SIUE foul on number 1, Mike Adewumi, his third, team's fifth. Eastern Kentucky shooting 2.
EKU to the foul line. Blanton hits his first shot. 8 for him. 2 have come at the foul line today. Here's 2 of 3. Two for 2. Lead back to 7. 6:36 left. Carter. Adewumi's got another look at a 3. That's good. It's a 4-point game. Adewumi has 23. 68-64. 6:15 left. Green trying to drive. Green taking it in himself. He missed it, and the rebound swatted out of bounds. It'll belong to SIUE. 6 minutes to play. Cougars have knocked down all 5 of their last 5 attempts. 2 of those big threes by Adewumi. And Carter goes to work with SIUE trailing by 4. Courtney Carter taking his time. Shot clock down below 20. Wilson rolling. Wilson to the basket. It's a 2-point game with 5:45 left. (68-66) EKU. Cooper Robb for Wendell Green. Step back 3. It was short. SIUE rebounds. Adewumi. Carter will bring it across the timeline. Right side. Curtis. Baseline. Right back. Curtis out for Adewumi. In the corner. Adewumi looking for space. Spins. Lays it up. It came up short. Rebound for King. EKU with the big board. 5 minutes to play. Cooper Robb. In the corner. Blanton. 3. No good. Rebounded by SIUE. Lamar Wright got knocked off his feet. Carter the other way. Little dribble drive. Floats it up, and we're tied. 68-68. 4:40 left. EKU takes it back. Now in a tie game, it's Robb underneath and a layup high off the glass as bodies go flying, puts EKU back up 2. 70-68. Courtney Carter on the wing. To the top of the key, in the corner, 3, missed, and an offensive foul.
SIUE foul on number 5, Carlos.
And the official said it was a kick of some point. Something in the corner there after the shot attempt. We'll take a look and see if we can see it here. Curtis went up for it. So they say that little move with the leg is an offensive foul. That's what they're calling there. Obviously, the SIUE bench disagrees. Cougars, or I should say Colonels, take it back, though, up 2 with 4 minutes left. Green straight away from the basket. Still on the dribble, works around a screen, has some room, fires from 3 and knocks it down. 5-point advantage now for the Colonels. 3:45 to play. Shamar Wright across the timeline. Wright's had a good day. Adewumi's had a good day. SIUE will call timeout. 3:33 left. 5-point game in favor of Eastern Kentucky. This one was a tie game at 68 all today for Mike Adewumi. He's got a steal. It's SIUE basketball with 3.5 left. 18 on the shot clock. Writes the trigger in for Courtney Carter. Carter gets it back. Adewumi now. Adewumi into the corner. Pass was a little hot for Shamar Wright, who drives in, and he left the layup short. Rebound comes out for Eastern Kentucky. Cooper Robb hands it off for Wendell Green. Cooper Robb again. Lewis comes to get it now. Shot clock inside of 20. This is Green. Talented freshman out of Detroit. Green has 15 today and 5 rebounds, just 2 assists. Green wants to drive. Dumps it off. It's kicked out of bounds, and SIUE will take it back with 2:50 left.
Number 5, Carlos Curtis.
Curtis is back in. Lamar Wright will check out. Carlos Curtis into the front court. Spins on the right wing and keeps it. 2:35 and counting left in this ball game. Carter elevates from the baseline. Good. 3-point game. 2:25 left. EKU takes it back. Green again, and he'll eat up some clock as he backpedals near the timeline. Wendell Green inside the center circle. Green around a screen from King. Green had it knocked away, and SIUE has it back right ahead for Adewumi. Step back 3. Glances off the rim. No good. SIUE could have had a better offensive showing right there. I get it. Adewumi, hot hand. I wouldn't mind seeing an offensive set, though. 1:45 to play, and now EKU takes it back. 3-point game. Colonels have led by as many as 13 in this ball game.
Timeout, Eastern Kentucky.
SIUE has made a couple of runs here in this second half to get it back to where we are right now.
30 seconds, timeout.
Cougars have not held a second half lead. They did be right now. Middle of the pack in the conference. 98 seconds left in regulation time. 3-point game in favor of EKU as Green takes it out of bounds. Into the corner for Robb. Inside for King. Hard to the basket. Misses the shot. Foul is called. It is on Carlos Curtis. Picks up his second personal foul, and it puts Trey King on the free throw line. He is 6 of 8 at the free throw line today. First shot in and good. Makes it a 2-possession game. 1:34 left. Trey King, second shot, also good. 75-70 EKU. 1:34 left. Right after the inbound, and now it's Carter. Courtney Carter will bring it up front for the Cougars. Guarded closely by Green. As he dribbles just outside the center circle, Carlos Curtis comes to get it for SIUE. Shot clock to 12. Curtis starts the move, spins at the foul line. Ball's popped loose. EKU's got the steal. Kurt Lewis the other way. Lewis through the lane. It's knocked away, but he kept it. And now he dribbles out of bounds. It was taken away on both ends. It ends up in the hands of SIUE. But the whole thing took about 25 seconds, so SIUE will take it back with 1:03 left and a 5-point deficit. Wilson on the catch, brings it across. Inside of a minute. Carter now, straight away. .55 seconds left. Carter out for Curtis. Curtis almost lost it. Curtis picks up his dribble. Right in the lane, right to the basket. He's fouled. 40 seconds left, and Shamar Wright's going to the free throw line.
Eastern Kentucky foul on number
9 points for Shamar today, all coming in the first half. 7 rebounds, 2 assists. First free throw is good for Shamar Wright. Trims it to 4. Brother Lamar will check in now. Both Wright brothers at 10 today. Second shot for Shamar is good. Back down to a 3-point game. 40 seconds left in regulation time. Michael Moreno in for Wendell Green. Moreno again. Green again, and the ball is kicked as Wright got up in the air. Shot clock stays at 25. Green on the inbounds, and he's across the timeline, and this time the clock didn't start. Now they're going to have to go back to the monitor, maybe bust out the stopwatch and see how many seconds came off. I mean, what was it, maybe a second and a half? 2 seconds on the game clock, 21 on the shot clock. Moreno's the trigger front court for EKU. Into the back court it goes for Green. And it's almost taken away. Shamar Wright sprawling on the floor after it. And Green is fouled now by Adewumi. Mike Adewumi picks up his 4th personal. It'll put Wendell Green Jr. on the free throw line. He's got 15 today, which is a team high. But again, he's one of the best assist men in the league. He is the best assist man in the league and one of the best in the NCAA, and he's been quiet in that regard today. He knocks down the free throw to make it a 4-point game again.
For the Cougars, number 5, Carlos Curtis.
Meanwhile, and this has gone under my radar, but SIUE has a season high 20 assists today as a team. I think it's a season high. It's close to it. Carlos Curtis has 9. Second shot is not there. 4-point game, 20 seconds. Cougars back the other way. A timeout call. As Curtis quickly calls a timeout. 17.2 seconds left. And a 4-second. Courtney Carter will be the trigger man. Shot clock is off for the Cougars. In it goes for Curtis. Curtis. Back left, Sydney Wilson with 9 seconds. Sydney Wilson driving, floats it up, got it. 6 seconds and a timeout called by SIUE as the lead is down to 2, 76-74. But SIUE calls time again. SIU has 5 players in double figures, led by Wendell Green with 16. Trey King has 12.
Checking in game for the Cougars, number 55, Lamar Wright.
6.2 seconds left. EKU will inbound up 2, and EKU is forced to call a timeout. The Colonels have gotten 10 points from Kurt Lewis, 10 points from Cooper Robb, 10 points from Michael Moreno. Possession arrow belongs to SIUE. No timeouts left for either team. And it's Moreno to trigger in with 6 seconds left. Green is fouled the minute he catches the ball.
SIUE foul on number 11, Courtney Carter.
We lose a couple of tenths of a second off the clock. That's it. Wendell Green will go back to the foul line with a chance to extend this to a 2-possession game again and try to seal up this win or get closer to sealing up this win for EKU.
Checking in for the Cougars, number 5, Carlos Curtis.
Curtis checks back in. Lamar Wright checks back out. Green with a 1-and-1 opportunity for EKU. leading 76-74. First free throw is good. Makes it a 3-point game. This becomes the big free throw, obviously. Second shot on the way. Also good. It's back to 4 with 6 seconds left. 78-74. Courtney Carter rising up, firing the three. He missed. Time expires, and EKU wins for the 15th time this year. The Colonels go to 15-4, 9-3 in the Ohio Valley Conference as SIUE falls to 7-10 and 5-6 in the OV.